Yeah. Yes. Welcome in. Welcome back to another episode of the Format Podcast Live. And if it looks a little different to you, there's a reason why. We have a wonderful guest ready to join the show here. And we got Brianna Bull, host of the No Bull Podcast. What up, Brianna?
What's good, Bruce? Transformer, glad to be here. Glad to be here and talk ball. We're going to talk a little ball, I guess.
We're going to talk ball, all right.
Maybe.
We're going to talk ball adjacent.
Okay, there we go.
Yes. So y'all know, man, on this show, we normally keep it sports. I don't really get into all the pop culture and all the gossip and all that other stuff. But today, we're gonna move a little bit to the side of that, because I guess we're gonna discuss one of the most famous faces maybe in NBA history, a guy who's arguably, along with LeBron, been the face of the NBA over the last decade or so, and that's Steph Curry. But we're not even really gonna talk too much about Steph Curry. We're gonna talk about his wife, Ayesha, who has been making waves and making news. Woo! So yeah, we discussed this a lot. We gave it a lot of thought, and we figured we probably should do a topic on it, discuss it, give our thoughts. But what we also wanted to do, and this is why the lovely Brianna is here with us, was to get a female perspective on this, right? Kind of do it fairly. So that's why she's here, and we can't wait to hear what she thinks and what she has to say about this. But before we get to all that, first and foremost, let's give a shout out to the channel members, of course. Number one channel member, Coach T of the Be Ready Sports Podcast, because Transformer, in order to be ready, what you got to do in order to be ready?
It's starts with an S.
You got to
ready.
Stay ready. That's
ready.
Right. In order to be ready, you got to stay ready. Shout out, Coach T. And once you're done watching this, if you haven't already, make sure you head on over to the Be Ready Sports Podcast. Give a like, give a subscribe, hype a video. You got 3 of those a week to use. So use one of those and hyping his videos, because he's working with the kids. He's giving back, and he's giving those young male and female athletes an opportunity to be in a position that hopefully one day we could talk about them right here on the Format Podcast. Shout out to our next channel member, It's Not That Serious. What up, It's Not That Serious? Appreciate you. Appreciate the support you always give the show. Next one. You already know what time it is. Chief Sid Bubba. Thank you so much for everything that you do for this show. Thank you for everything you did for our great nation. And, of course, shout out to the boys from Annapolis.
Anchors away, my boys. Anchors away. That's all I got today. Ready to.
Thank you, sir. All right.
Yeah.
Shout outs to the boys from Annapolis, man. It's all love. But we're going to put foots in you come December. I can't.
You wish. Y'all ain't putting foots in nobody this season.
Another year.
Y'all ain't putting foots in nobody this season, man.
Oh, my gosh. Shout out to my baby, man, Baltimore Bruce. What's good, Baltimore Bruce? What's good?
Baltimore.
There you go.
You from Baltimore, Bree?
Yeah, I'm here right now.
Ooh. She's a what's that Old Bay? She's an Old Bay girl.
That's crabs in the United States.
Got them crab legs, girl.
Maryland crabs, no joke. All right. Also, we got 2 new channel members who signed up with us last week, so thanks for that. Of course, we got my main man, Steve Splendor, king of the chat. Shout out to you. Appreciate your support as well. And of course, got what you need, SMT Media Network. Make sure you go ahead and you subscribe and like over there as well. All right. So finally,
you got 3 phones, one for the plug and one.
He does got a lot of phones, though.
He literally got 3 phones.
Right.
That's not a joke. That's not a joke.
For real. All right, we're going to go ahead. We're going to kick the little spiel, and then we're going to come back and get right into this, y'all. Let's go. If you're watching here on YouTube, make sure you go ahead, click that subscribe, that like, that notification bell. Make sure you're kept up to date whenever we drop new content on the channel. If you want the audio-only version of the podcast, open up your audio podcast platform, hit the search bar, type in The Format Podcast. We should come right up. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you give us a like, leave us a 5-star review, and drop a comment. All that stuff helps us rise in the algorithm, helps us find more sports fans, helps more sports fans find us. Make sure you write it down, put it in your phone, make a note of it. The Format Podcast is live Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern. And finally, if you're really and truly enjoying the content we're delivering you, make sure you hit that join button. There's going to be exclusive content here just for you.
I know you see it. I know you see it. It's for you and you and you
and you
and you.
and
Let's
you.
go. And
Let's go.
and you.
There you go, Bree. Bree rocking with us. Oh, I like
We'll
that.
talk about. Let's go, Bree. And
Bringing
you.
the flavor.
And you. And
Oh,
you.
Your energy is contagious right now. I love it.
It's what we do. Is what we. You know what? Real talk. Like me, because like I said, I did journalism thing in school. I worked as a journalist and whatever. And my goal
Really
was
dope.
like really bring the sports talk, keep it professional and really just deliver this stuff, right? And that was kind of my steed. And then like Transform and I, we used to work together, and he knows the sports, whatever. We kicking it. And one day I was like, "Yo, you want to come on the show?" He came on the show, and he just brought such energy and such flavor, man. I'm like, "Man, you got to come back, bro." And now you already see, man.
Bree, he couldn't leave me alone. He was like, "No. Go ahead. What you doing tomorrow? What you doing tomorrow? What you doing next day? What you doing next day?"
What we doing here, man?
Hey, man, keep it in context, sir. You got the context flowing. Don't take it out of context, man.
I'm just saying, man. I don't know.
Young lady present, man. We don't need no pause today.
If she had said that, it would have been different. But you out here acting, nah, man. Come on, I don't like that. All right, but let's go ahead and let's get to this topic. So, as I mentioned in stupid. As I mentioned in the opening, today's topic is going to be sports adjacent, right? Mm-hmm. And what happens is this. As we mentioned, Steph Curry, along with LeBron, has been the face of the league for the last 10 to 15 years, right? They've kind of shared that. Obviously, LeBron more so, but Steph is, right there. But Steph Curry, a lot of people, looked at him. He's won championships. He's won MVPs. He's kind of gold medals. He's done it all. He's got the beautiful wife, the beautiful family. Everything seems perfect, right? But, of course, as it would be, nothing's really perfect, right? There's no such thing as perfection. And this is interesting because if we go back a couple of years ago, about 2 or 3 years ago, and this is something that kind of like really irked me then, but I didn't get too tough into it. It was Ed was a fool. It was interesting because she being Ayesha Curry, Steph's wife, I think she was on Jada Pinkett Smith's podcast, right? And this was when, she made the strange comment about not getting male attention. She's saying, all these women throwing themselves at Steph, and this is going to sound weird, but, sometimes I worry like, hey, what's going on with me? I want some of that too, i.e. she wants men, trying to approach her. And I'm like, first of all, even if you feel that way, why would you say it publicly? I really don't understand that. That was the first part that was odd to me. I'm like, okay, so not only is she saying something publicly that shouldn't be said publicly, even if she feels that way, she has a right to, but like you're disrespecting your husband publicly.
Freedom of speech is a thing, but
it is. Sure.
There's always a but.
Yes. So let's start with Bree, our guest. What was your initial thoughts when you kind of heard Ayesha Curry saying that? And this is a couple of years ago, saying that, she wishes she had more male attention.
So a couple years ago, when any woman says that, I mean, I wasn't shocked because this is, I think, around the same time. I think she's even on this podcast doing tours because she was showing her entrepreneurial spirit. And around that time also is when women were starting to break out as this independent boss type. And so I think for her, I think it was more, she was being sincere and authentic and genuine and true. But I think she was like heading towards building this brand for herself where she wanted to be separate from her husband. She probably, I can imagine being in that position. She wants to be known as something more than just Steph Curry's wife. Mm-hmm. And even though the whole male attention topic thing, I think, is more so girl talk that y'all got a little sneak peek into. But the overall, I think, goal for Ayesha in that moment was to push her cookbooks, to push this brand that she was establishing for herself. And she wanted to appeal to a certain type of crowd that isn't married and doesn't have
apparently
it.
we got that.
You know, like I think she was going for that. And whether she wants to live vicariously through those people she was talking to, that audience, I do think it was more like PR. A little bit mixed of how she really felt, but I think it was more like a PR stunt. I think she's coming from that position and angle at that.
So you think this
time.
is more so the push for advertising her cookbook versus this is actually reality for Ayesha and Steph?
Because why would she go? I think it was definitely a business brand move, because why would she take this position of she's not happy with where she's at in life?
Because things change over time. People.
But, yeah,
Go ahead.
but why
No,
share
go ahead.
that if you were? It may be that makes sense if you're trying to backpedal from maybe getting exposed that your marriage is in trouble or something like that. But it just seemed like she's putting herself out there for people because she wants them to feel for her and feel empathy for how she's feeling.
That's an interesting.
And you only want to be you only want to be relatable if you're trying to build towards something. Let's be for real, especially of a woman in her position.
So do you think that there were other ways that Ayesha could have promoted her brand, her cookbook for this said audience without necessarily inserting herself into the limelight of having these idealistic ideas of what we perceive as their relationship?
Do I feel she could have went a different route in her approach? Quite frankly, truthfully, I think that is a hindsight question. I think her approach, when she said it, I don't think she could anticipate the backlash she would receive from men in general. Because like I said, she was speaking to a particular type of person. I think that's a hard question to answer because I don't agree with what she did. So I can't even imagine how she could have went about it. Because in her mind, she would have probably been, if she went in the approach of I love my husband and this is the family life and I love this family life, then she's speaking to a certain type of audience. And unfortunately, there's not too many people. That's a niche. I think cookbook aside. Cookbook aside, she wanted to be relatable. She wanted that attention from a particular type of community that I feel like she could have gained traction or been lifted up in a sense. Okay. And it backfired on her.
So for a cookbook, right? This is for a cookbook.
I don't need a cookbook.
Hungry.
So of course she's appealing to the single audience, the single woman audience, right? So at this point, is it more so the married women who she wants to target? Because at this moment, you think of the married wife who's cooking for the family, cooking for the kids. Wouldn't they be more of the audience you would want to target? I would think you would get more push from the married community because they have a family to cook for. And not to say that like single women don't cook, but I mean, you normally don't see a single woman going all out on a spread for themselves, for example.
Okay. Yeah. Very valid point. Let me reiterate why you brought up the cookbook, right? Yeah. What I was trying to make note with the cookbook is it was multiple attempts she was making to make herself be Ayesha apart from Steph.
Got it.
And I think the cookbook angle was where she started with, and she realized, this ain't it. This is not, yes, I'm a great cook, but again, that kind of goes to how much it's turned into how much my husband loves my cooking. Because they had commercials about it. It was like Steph, it was at some point. So I think it has evolved into she's still trying to find Ayesha apart from Steph. And she's doing it through a community she knows it will gain traction, the heat of the culture currently.
Interesting.
Okay. That makes sense on its face. However, if we're going to keep it a buck, and on the Format Podcast, we keep it a buck, Brianna.
$100.
That's what we do.
Keep it real, man. A whole $100,000.
If we're going to keep it that, there you go. I like that. If we're going to keep it like that, she wants to be known for being more than Steph Curry's wife, which I suppose is human. But let's be real. She wouldn't be known if she wasn't Steph Curry's wife. Like, that is what she's known for. And if we also want to keep it a buck, if I wanted to write a book right now, right? I would have to write an intro and a first chapter and I would have to go pitch it to numerous publishers, right?
Mhm.
And these publishers would have to decide whether or not they want to give me more money to continue to write this book, and if they want to publish it for me, right? All
Right.
that is an investment. It costs money, so on and so forth. Cool. Now, do you think Ayesha Curry has to do that? You think she has to do that? Or can she say, hey, Steph, I got this idea for this cookbook, what have you. Okay, babe, let me make some calls, right? She's not married to Jack Curry. She's not married to Mike Curry, Joe Curry, right?
Are these actual people? Or you just bringing up names?
No, just
I
random.
only knew
random
of Dell,
Got it.
Seth, and Steph.
Right. I'm just bringing up random because there's people out there
Got it.
named Curry, right? This is somewhat.
I started thinking,
there's a
like, is that his uncle? Like, who is that?
Like he know his family.
I'm just
That's the real family.
I'm just randomly naming male
You know
names.
Jack doing now. Jack doing now.
Right. But the point I'm trying to make is the fact that she's married to Steph Curry, I think we're fully aware opens a whole lot of doors for her that they don't open for the average person. So with that said, I'm sure she has no issue taking full advantage of those doors that get opened up for her as Ayesha Curry, wife of Steph. So what's the problem with being known as Steph's wife? When you're known as Steph's wife and it's opening doors for you, you don't have an issue. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of
picking and choosing of being Steph's wife.
There you go. So that's kind of.
I think that's what most of the people's problem are with her right now is that if she's saying she wanted this life, she didn't want the life she had, and then she decided on it, and then complain about it later.
4 kids later, by the way.
Huge,
right?
Yeah,
right. Crazy.
Huge issue with that.
Right.
And I think for me, this does more damage than it does good. I mean, granted, for herself, behind closed doors, her and Steph probably at the table like, oh yeah, it's working, right? What did Jay-Z and Beyonce say? We love drama because they're talking about us, right? That whole feud that happened back when Solange and was beating on Jay-Z in the elevator. They was like, yeah, they love when we the trending topic. We get the money for it. So they could, in all fairness, be like, is it working? Okay, cool. But she's a loving wife at home, right? What this does for the community is the problem. What this does for the married community is my problem with it. Because you're going to have some women, not all women. I never put all in one category.
No, you can't.
Male, no female, because you cannot do that.
No, you can't.
You're going to have some women believing that even though I'm married, I can be public and be open about these feelings, or I have a right to feel that way, which is not how marriage works, right? That's not what I would want to hear my wife going out there and on a public mainstream saying said things of a single life. Because if you talk about it, you might as well be about it, right? So I don't want to hear a married woman with such a public such a public figure. Steph is known throughout the world, not just
he's very
America.
loved.
He's
not just
very
known, but loved.
Bree, I call him the Derek Jeter of the NBA. You don't talk about Derek Jeter. Like he's the biracial angel, right?
Yes. Steph is there's
like that.
no bad, yeah.
Yeah, it's no man's land. You can't talk about Steph. Steph can go out here and say what he wants. You're like, I bet it's Steph. Give him a pass.
Steph was on stage with Paramore singing "Misery Business," and they was going crazy.
So he's such a lovable guy, and I think this is why another part this is such an uproar, because we see how much everybody just adores Steph, and it's like, Ayesha, you're having these type of feelings, like, okay, is this realistic, or are you just talking noise, right? But in a sense, like, what are you doing for the married community at this point, right? That's my whole issue with it right now. Just doesn't look good on his face.
That's what I think. For me, one of the biggest things is just the disrespect, and it appears that she has little regard for her husband or her family, but that was 2 years ago, right? So we were already, knee deep in this discussion based off of those comments a couple of years ago. Now she pops up recently, a couple of weeks ago, on the, I hate this stupid name, but Call Her Daddy podcast.
That's the name?
That's the name of the podcast.
That is,
as soon as I heard that, I'm like, okay, this podcast has no value off top, because you can't call her daddy. Like you can't. Daddy is a term, obviously we know. I'm a daddy. You're
It
a
has
daddy
like
transformer.
over 4 to 5 million. It has a lot of subs. It's a very pop culture hit right now.
Yeah, of course.
Really?
And that's why
Wow.
if she goes on this particular platform, Bruce
Mhm.
and Transformer, if she goes on this particular platform, call
Mhm.
her daddy. The type of people watching that podcast
Mm.
is
Mhm.
probably saying "call her daddy" every day on her way to work in the mirror. You see what I'm saying?
Call
Her is
her
them.
daddy.
You know what that's saying.
Hilarious.
You know, hey. Anyway,
I'm
I'm
gonna
not.
look this up. Call
So
her
yeah,
daddy.
call her daddy. The Call Her
They
Daddy
have a
podcast. So,
it's a girl, she's on there. She has a lot of like hit celebrities like Love Island
mhm.
people or
Yeah.
just people that are pop culture
Mhm.
Who is this
icons
young
at the
lady?
moment.
I don't know who the lady is. I don't know who she is. She's getting money though. She's getting way more money than the Format Podcast is.
I mean, yeah,
Maybe if you could call him
fair.
mommy.
Whoa. No, you cannot.
That's not going to be perceived in the public very
No.
well, Brady.
Mm-mm.
That's
I
not
was
No.
just
that's not going to
kidding.
go. Yeah,
No.
Just
And definitely
kidding.
yeah.
down the Format
1.74
Podcast, we're
million.
not moving
She has
like
a lot of
that.
subscribers.
No, but so what we did here, Brianna, you're not familiar with how we do it, but we'll take a cut of the sound, we got about a 10-minute cut here, and we listen to it, we stop, we comment, we go forward. So we basically we comment as it goes. I was about to say something else, but I don't feel like saying pause, so I'm gonna leave that alone. Transformer knows what I'm talking about.
Fair. Go ahead.
There we go.
Go
I'm
ahead.
excited.
What we're gonna
Okay.
do, right. We're gonna start the clip now from Ayesha Curry's appearance on the Call Her Daddy podcast. And we'll give our thoughts as it goes. Let's get it.
Let's go back. Let's talk about how you met Mr. Steph Curry. You met him in high school?
Yeah. So I'm Canadian.
Okay.
So I grew up in Markham, Ontario. And I moved to the States at 14 to North Carolina. And that's actually where we met. He's one of the first people that I met in the States, but just friends. Obviously, we were 14.
Right.
Went to the same church, shared the same friend groups at church. And then when I moved to LA, he Facebooked me.
Did he write on your wall or it was like a private message?
No, it was a private message, but he was like, "Hey, do you still live in LA?" That's a lie. The first message was, I was in this music video and he was like, "Hey, who is that in the music video, in the picture that you're in?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's Young Berg." And he goes, "Oh, I should have known. He always has all the sexy ladies." And I was like, "What is happening right now?"
So this is the first point where in listening, I was like, okay, this is interesting. So I think they're roughly about the same age. So this is, she said they were about 19 around this time. So that means he had already burst onto the national scene. I don't know if you remember this, Bree, you're a little younger than me, but when he got busy in the tournament against with Davidson, and he made that run all the way to the Elite Eight, and he was just going
Bombs
off,
away.
going off
away.
Georgetown, Wisconsin, and Kansas, right? All great defensive teams with way more talent, and he's cooking them. I think he gave Georgetown 40 something. He had like 30 something on Wisconsin, and I think he had another 30 something on Kansas. So at this point, man, shut up, Edward. At this point, he is You're also ignorant, man. Right. But at this point, he has basically become like a national name. LeBron had went to see him play during the tournament because of what he was doing, etc. So everybody knew who Steph Curry was. And the reason I bring this up is, so she says, I had moved out to LA, I'm working, and he Facebooked me. So that right there says this dude who is now nationally known, right? Basically made himself into a college basketball superstar. He could have whatever women, he's coming for you. He chose you. And from the jump, he chose you, but you're continuously showing your inability to be satisfied. And you're showing your level of, I want to call it, what's the word I want to use here? All right, we'll
Come
go
on,
on.
journalists. I know you got a bunch of them in there.
Yeah, I know. The proper one is skipping me
A
right now,
litany.
but
There's a litany of words.
right,
A litany of words. Spell it.
Right. Litany, man, litany.
I think
Okay,
there's an
all
E
right.
in it.
Just
Possibly. Is it? Okay, I
No,
don't know.
litany, not that one.
Oh,
not
Lord.
not used that
Okay.
way. But the point is, no, she is, to me, she's showing just a general level of ungratefulness, right? Because she goes on and she talks like, I had the jobs, I'm trying to pay the rent, blah blah blah.
Mhm.
So that shows she's living a normal person life, right? And everybody in Hollywood doesn't make it to be an actor, right? So we know that, or actress or whatever, or get famous. There's a lot of people who've been out there for years and years working regular jobs who moved there trying to make it in show business. And so she was living a regular life. Now, obviously this is, some years later, but she is now living the dream life that I say 99% of women on earth would want to live, in terms of having everything, not having to worry about anything. Whatever she wants to do, she can do it. Wherever she wants to go, she can go, so on and so forth. But still, she's saying all this stuff. And I'm like, I don't get that. I don't know. So you guys want to touch on that before we go back to the clip?
I wanted to go a little bit further.
Yeah, do it.
It hasn't gotten to the part that
with the clip, I got you.
the clip, not me.
Before we go further, I do want to say something, because put it into perspective, they're running in the same church circles. Who knows? I don't know how she was brought up, but if you're at that age and you're still making that decision to be in a church circle, why simultaneously she's also in a music video, right?
Mhm.
And being a music video person, that kind of gives me an indication like she definitely wanted to be in the spotlight. You're not a shy girl if you're going to be in a music video.
True.
And I'm not really sure what type of music video that was, but if Steph is already, his game was sexy lady and stuff like that, that's hilarious. But
That doesn't even sound right coming from him, right?
I think I look at
He's
this
light
and it's
skinned.
like,
It does. Sounds accurate. He's light skinned.
I
Young
think it's
Bird
a
was
good
like the light
chance.
skinned guy back then. So yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a good chance. Her family, grew up with this idea that, if to be a wife, I think that was something she probably has had a core value of, for sure, right? And then even if he was so good college wise, who knows how much she knew his potential NBA wise and what he would turn into, because he's not like a huge person. He's not that tall. He's not that big. Who knew he was going to be what he was?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like he was pretty slept on even when he got to the Warriors, but when he first got there. So long story short, I guess the point I'm trying to make is I'm going to give Ayesha the benefit of the doubt in this capacity, hearing how they started.
Okay.
And she probably thought she would remain, like she'd be a wife, but in her mind, she probably just didn't think that it was going to turn into that. Not, I think she did want to be a wife at first, but she also wanted more for herself. Like she was like conflicted from the beginning. That's what I was trying to say. I took a long time to say it.
19 years old, you got a lot on your brain, right? 19 years old. I mean, think about it when you guys were all 19.
I think you actually don't have a lot on your brain at 19, but go ahead though.
No, I'm just saying, and who you want to be. Like who you want to be. Like at 19, you're trying to think about, okay, should I be a fireman? Should I go to nursing school? Should I be a chef? That's what I mean by a lot on your mind. You don't know what direction you want to go. So right now, the forks in the road have so many lanes that you're like, okay, let me try this lane. Let me try this lane. Let me try this lane. And then when you get further down that lane, you're looking at another lane like, damn, I could have. I wish I would have did that. So I agree. Like, I mean, you get to a point at 19, you don't know. You don't know what you know until you like 27, 28, 29. You get into your 30s, you're like, okay, now I know. If I knew, because we all say the same thing. Boy, if I knew what I knew back then.
Facts.
We all say the same thing. We all knew what we knew back then. So
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. All right. Well, listen, we're gonna go on with the clip here, and Bree, Ayesha's gonna test your theory here. So
okay, here we go.
You're like, Steph, I knew you said you're 14. I was 15. What are you trying to do now?
At this time now we're 19.
Okay.
18, 19. And so he goes, do you still live in LA? I'm here for a camp. Do you want to hang out? And I'm like freaking out because this guy, he was like the guy at church. Like all the girls loved him.
I thought you were going to say like in high school, like on the court. You're like,
No.
at church, he was the guy.
At church.
Was he the basketball guy in high school or no?
Apparently he was, but I genuinely didn't pay attention to that because I grew up in such an arts-driven family
Mhm.
that sports outside of like Doug Flutie playing for the Buffalo Bills like it just wasn't a thing in my house. And so he said, so we made plans to hang out, and then I said, where are you staying? And he said, Anaheim. And I was like, I was like,
You're like, so you're coming to me because I'm not.
At this point, I still have the other jobs, like trying to pay the rent. Gas is expensive. So I was like, I'm sorry, I can't this time, but if you're ever back, let me know and we'll go hang out. And he's like, oh, I'm back in 2 weeks. And I'm like, oh my God.
You still in Anaheim?
And so, no, this time he was in Hollywood. So he stuck with it. He hit me up 2 weeks later. We hung out and we've literally been together since that day.
Okay, hold on. You go and you hang out with him.
Mhm.
What is your headspace? Are you seeing him in like a could this be something kind of way? Or
No.
are you like, no?
No, and this was like my first real date. So I was just nervous. I was nervous. It was like years of having a crush. And then years, like I just never thought that he would like someone like me. I just didn't think it was going to be a thing. I
You
thought
weren't a
we would
friend
be
group.
friends. Yeah.
Did you ever have anything in high school at all? Or it was legit just friends?
No, just friends. Just friends. Yeah.
So this is interesting because there was another interview where she said that, when they were in high school or whatever, like she wasn't really attracted to him or whatever. But now she's going to say how, she always thought he was so cute. And this is the other problem I'm having, right? I'm having problems reconciling the different things she's saying at different times that's not adding up. It's almost like first she let the cat out the bag that she wasn't really feeling him like that. But then, she gave him a chance. She said, oh, okay, this is cool. And they get together. But now she wants to know what's out there, which is kind of what I'm really gathering from this whole thing. And it's like she's tripping over the different things she's saying in terms of trying to make it more palatable to people that are listening, right? And so I think she understands, like, I believe that she understands that she went, out of bounds in some of the things she said publicly, but now, she can't really walk them back. So she's just trying to make them more palatable by adjusting the story. Are you getting any of that, Transformer, or is it me?
This man was light-skinned with pretty eyes. Cap.
What's it with you and the light?
Cap. Cap, bro. Cap. I was that guy. Got the attention and all that kind of crap. And but back then, the sun make it dark in Florida. But no, I called Cap when she was like, oh, I really want that.
Okay.
If he was 18, 19 years old, sweetie, he was at Davidson his freshman year dropping 20 plus a game.
Mm-hmm.
If he was really 18, 19 years old, he was at Davidson dropping 20 plus a game as a freshman. So 6'2", he wasn't that tall. But baby, what church you go to? Because if you go to a church and they all 6'3" and above, man, the NBA should be hosting tryouts at your church. The combine should be at your church.
The combine at the church parking lot.
At your church. If he isn't that tall, we need to scout talent from your church.
The cross up here.
Yeah,
Right.
You reach up and touch the cross. Like if you touching it without jumping, then you on the combine. Like, come on in. We could teach you the game of basketball, but we can't teach height. So, but no, I found that very, very funny. It was just two things. I mean, he's light skinned with pretty eyes. Typically, that's one of the go-tos, right? I have daughters. Mm-hmm. I have a lot of sisters, aunties. They popping in high school. That look is popping in high school, right? Not only that, freshman year, he's dropping 21 points a game at a freshman in college. Yeah. I'm pretty positive that boy was dropping 30 in high school. You knew everybody knew who he was.
Yeah.
Everybody knew who that kid was.
Right.
Not only that, this man's father played professional basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, true.
So you
One of the
know
greatest
who's-
shooters the
the
league has ever
greatest
seen, by the
shooters.
way.
Bree, you're taking the words out of my mouth. Please put them back because he's one of the greatest shooters you've ever seen in NBA. So what you mean you don't Cap? Young lady, Cap, Ayesha.
See, that's what I'm saying.
We got to do a little bit better with that one.
None of this
There's
is
no
working
way. You
out,
got to be
right?
under a rock if you didn't know who that was. At your church, I'm pretty positive at church, sports didn't just become a thing.
No.
It
Right.
didn't just become a thing.
No.
I used to talk sports a lot at church,
Mm-hmm.
and I was a choir boy. So, yes, sports. So, I'm pretty positive you knew who he was at that
Yeah.
church. Because they knew who Dale was. Dale was probably putting money in the church.
They was probably
they knew
shouting
who
out
Dale
all
was.
of his accolades multiple times.
Sure.
18, 19, Ayesha.
Right.
Yeah.
He's dropping 20 plus his freshman year.
And I'm sure the
Come
shorties
on,
be
man.
thinking like he has some dope, right? Because he's
Yes.
played in the league. So, and that's why I'm saying like all of that, she's getting out of pocket and he chose her. Not that she's a bad choice, but
Because she's an attractive woman.
Right.
Yeah,
But he
she's a
could have
very
chosen
attractive woman.
anybody is what I'm saying. So instead of being like, damn, we got this thing, we built this family, we built this life, there's all this other stuff. But
Yeah.
let's go ahead and
I'm
continue.
sorry, man.
Were you saying something, Bree? I'm sorry.
No, I have some thoughts, but it's all gonna tie together. So
Okay. All right.
Oh, she got the story wrapped up in a
Yeah,
bow.
I can't wait to hear this.
I get what you're saying. Of like you never saw him as something, but I'm
Yeah.
like, when you look back, is there any memory that you're like maybe there was something or no?
No, never. I had a friend over who had a crush on his brother at the time, and she decided to call him, and they were giggling, and then we're maybe like 15 at this time, and they put
Pause.
Seth on the phone.
Seth Curry is also light skinned with pretty
I
eyes.
knew you were gonna say that. 'cause
Seth
I'm
Curry is also light skinned with pretty eyes.
I was thinking
Thank
his
you.
brother was getting it too.
Bro, we were
No, for real.
connected. We were in style, right?
That's funny because I was
Yeah.
thinking that, like,
He's
yo,
like,
that's
oh yeah, you got a crush on my brother? Light skin, pretty eyes. Boy, you look just like your daddy, boy. Come on, proceed.
Steph does look more like Dell than Steph do. Definitely.
Yeah, he does.
Does he? Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
looks more like
Yeah,
Dale
he
than
does.
Steph
In my opinion.
Yeah.
and somebody said something about Canada. And so I was like, oh, I'm Canadian. And he's like, oh, do you like Canadian candy? And I'm like, I love Canadian candy. And so my aunt was coming into town from Canada. And so
Love
she brought
Canadian
some for
candy.
me. And so I was like, oh, I'll bring you a bag to church the next time we're at church.
See, it was
So
meant
I
to be.
bring
It
the
was meant to be.
I bring the bag and I literally, everybody's watching. I hand it to him and I don't say anything to him. I just shove it and walk away. Like that's how shy
Ayesha.
I was.
And did you like him at all? Like in your heart, you're like, oh, I wish I could.
Yes.
Yeah, it just wasn't. It was high school.
I thought he was so cute.
You end up moving to the Bay Area with Steph.
Yes.
Talk to me about, for you, what went into that decision.
It was exciting. I think initially when they called his name, we were like kicking each other under the table because nobody really knew where that was. But then the next morning we got on the plane to fly out to the Bay.
Real quick, and this is not necessarily to do with the main topic, but I find it interesting. She says it sounds like she's making up stuff because his father played in the NFL and the
Oh, the
NBA.
sun is
16
glaring out my
years.
camera.
See, I was like, what happened there? His father played in the NBA for 16 years. He knows where Golden State is. What you talking about? Nobody knew where that was. We kicking each other under the table. Like, what is it? Like, none of her stories are adding up. This is crazy. Like, come on, man. She's doing too much here. Bree, you look like you want to say something.
Well, like I was just thinking, I definitely want to acknowledge what you said. I mean, they're kicking each other on the table. Like, what's going on? What is that? I mean, it almost sounds like she sees, even you can hear even in the host voice, the interviewer's voice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know Shorty name, but she's
Neither.
like, how did it feel? Did you like she can obviously tell people are fascinated by knowing this and knowing like, and I feel like Ayesha, this is that pick and choose moment that she's having right now, knowing how cool it is that she pulled Steph Curry, and she knows how everybody wants to hear this story and they're gonna eat it up. You see what I'm saying? So this is her moment right now. She's choosing Steph. So I'm very
But
curious
Steph
as we
chose hers
continue
first.
on. Well, because she started like
She's accepting Steph.
it just seems like she did. I can tell she did genuinely like him, but I think maybe it was like a shallow like. It was just like getting picked for a music video. Like you're just unfortunately, that's just the tone she's giving me, and I hate that so much to say it. Like I want to see the best in everybody.
Right.
But just based on this, I'm
got you.
finding it difficult to believe that she loved the hype around it. She loved the moment.
That's what I think.
To be the church girl that gave him the candy, like all of that stuff is included.
The
So a lot of
Canadian
vanity.
candy.
Yo, son, your camera's off. You know that, right?
I know it is because the sun is glaring in the camera and I'm trying to fix it.
Okay, I got you. Okay. I got you. All right, let's
Sorry, sir. I'm sorry, sir. It looks unprofessional, but I don't want to look like
I just didn't know if you knew. Sometimes that happens if you don't know. All right, let's go. Let's continue with the clip.
And have never looked back. And the vibes in the Bay are high. Yes.
Oh.
It's so good. Everybody's so creative. The culture is like rich.
Pausing on you guys as a couple.
Mhm.
You know what else is really high in the Bay besides the vibes? Cost of living. She wouldn't be living in the Bay if Steph Curry is not a multi-millionaire from the NBA. Come on, man. Come on. Like, stop it. But you know what?
You digress.
Yes, I did.
Now let's talk about you as an individual though, because you had this dream. And did you feel like in moving with him, did you feel like you had to pick between your career and your relationship at that point?
Yes. To an extent. That was never presented in front of me that way. It just kind of had to be that way. And because after we got married, we found out we were pregnant with our daughters so quickly, I didn't even have time to think about what I wanted anymore. It's so interesting. I spent my entire life like trying to work towards something, and then it kind of just disappeared, and I didn't think twice about it. But after my daughter turned 1, I remember there being a shift and being like, I have goals for myself. Like, this doesn't feel right. I love being a mom, but I love doing other things too. And I need to get my shit together and figure out what that looks like for myself now.
So I got a question. Let me ask you this, Bree.
Again, I'm ready for it because
No,
let me drink my tea too.
Right. That's why we love having you here, to get the female perspective on this particular topic. Not that you won't be back for other topics, not like this, like real basketball stuff. But anyway, in this particular topic,
no football.
She doesn't do football, man.
Oh, thank God.
That's not her lane.
I felt sympathy for the Ravens, but yeah, that's okay. All right, good.
Yeah,
good.
Was that necessary transfer? Was that necessary?
Was it?
It
was
wasn't,
it not?
But
thank you, Bree. That was not
necessary. We're gonna keep it classy. We're gonna keep it cute.
That's right. You keep it classy. Yeah, I like that. Thank you, Bree. Keep me on the right path. But no, my question was, do you believe that Ayesha Curry has to do the things that a normal mother has to do?
That's a great question. And I want to say probably not, just because Steph grew up with a mom who was probably similar to Dell, similar shoes. Is like he's pretty much emulating what his dad was. Right. So I do think that she probably doesn't have to do what a normal wife or mom would have to do. I am not a wife and mom, so I do want to like put that out there, that disclaimer.
Whoa. This ain't that type of show, Bree. You can't be pitching on the show. I'm messing with you. Total jokes.
I was saying because my perspective, I speak from outside looking in when I say this. So
right. So the reason I asked that question, Bree, is because what is stopping her from still pursuing whatever it is that she wants to pursue? right? I'm pretty sure she has the best nannies. I'm pretty sure she got the best chefs. I'm pretty sure she got the best housekeepers. She doesn't have to do anything she doesn't want to do. So what's stopping her? What's keeping her from pursuing this career or this dream that she has? You know, that's my thing. So it's almost like, oh, she's trying to use, oh, I'm Steph's wife, which we've already established is an advantage in the world. She's a mother. Oh, I love being a mom, but I want to do other things. Cool. You're not being stopped from doing other things like regular, normal moms are. I could get this maybe if you're a regular person, but you have every possible advantage. You see what I'm saying?
Think about it like this, though. If they've had, I don't know what type of conversations they had behind doors, but if you want to raise your child with some type of normalcy, and you already have one parent out the household all the time because he's traveling and he's playing in 82 games a year,
right.
I can imagine they wanted to at least have one parent around. Right. And just to keep it, maybe that dynamic going. I'm assuming that's kind of like what they may have wanted. And again, I don't know the dynamic. I know Steph would sometimes be at the games with his dad, but I am also curious his upbringing and how involved his mom was. So like, and then also Ayesha, again, being in the church, just seems like having family be together, it would have probably been, she said she didn't even have time to think about it. It kind of just happened. And it's almost like she's given this impression that it's not that she didn't have the resources. It's just wasn't in the cards. How am I trying to say it? It would have been probably not looked at very well from her own family and his if she were to attempt to live the life that she saw for herself while also being his wife and a mom.
Uh-oh. Why the face, Bruce?
Okay. I'm gonna put the clip back on. Oh, I'm sorry, Bree, go ahead.
The last thing I'm gonna say though is I am a traditional woman mindset. This might sound very, very rare and odd. And I don't, this is just what I've stand on and I've always believed in. But when I was 19, I wanted to be a pro basketball player. Don't get me wrong. Okay. Right. But I also wanted
Did you go to that church with the 6'2" and above players?
No.
Okay.
I didn't make Jesus my savior till 2019. So that was a year after college. But still, like I just always wanted to be a wife and a mom. Like that's what I've always wanted to be. So when I see someone doing that and then saying they wanted something else, I just think about like grass isn't greener on the other side. And I do try to, enjoy the life I have right now. But I don't know. It's hard, but we can keep watching. It was hard to hear her say that. Right.
All right. Well, let's continue.
I didn't want kids.
Uh-oh.
I didn't want to get married.
Now remember, I told you she's gonna test your theory, Bree. There it is. So she's saying flat out she didn't want kids. She didn't want to get married. She never grew up thinking about it.
But I think she's referring to her 19-year-old self, though.
Right. I'm sure she's not saying I don't want to be married now or I don't want I get that. I was just pointing to when Bree was saying earlier that, basically the converse of that she, when she wanted to. So I was like, I don't think so. I think she said something else.
I think her family wanted her to. Like she wanted to because that's what she grew up with. So she's conflicted. I did mention I feel like she's always been conflicted about what she's seen all her life versus what she wanted.
Okay.
Thought I was going to be career girl and that's it. And I had my eyes set on my goals. And I was never the little girl that like dreamt about the wedding dress and all of that. And then it happened so early in my life.
Did you talk to Steph about it?
He tries to resonate with me, but he just can't. And he also comes from a place of like, it's effing stupid. Like, it's not true. So why? And I'm like, but wait, like, listen to how it makes me feel. And he's like, but why does it make you feel like that? It's not real.
Okay.
So I think it is important to value what your partner is feeling. I get that. It makes sense. But he's also saying, okay, why does it make you feel like that? So she's saying that apparently she's not doing a good job of explaining to him why she's feeling that way or what it's about. Because he doesn't strike me as the type of cat that's not going to try and support her. And if she says, look, Steph, this is blah, 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 blah. I love you. I love our family. I love our kids. It's not exactly what I had envisioned. And, there's still some things that I want to be able to accomplish. You've been able to accomplish your dreams, blah, 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 right? He doesn't strike me as the type that's going to be like, yo, shut up and go make a sandwich, right? I don't really get that. Although, hey, if he needs a sandwich. But anyway, not the point. But he doesn't strike me as that type. So it's interesting that she would be complaining about it and say that, Steph, he tries to resonate with me, but he just can't. Well, he can't, or you're doing a poor job of communicating to him what the issue is. So there's that. And see, again, my bigger problem comes back to she's putting all this out there publicly, and it's making Steph look bad in two ways. It's making him look like a herb because she's disrespecting him publicly and he can't do anything about it. And it's also making him, the way she's framing it, look like he is uncaring about what's important to his wife. So he looks bad both ways and he can't win. Transformer, you're a husband, man. What's your thoughts on that, bro?
Everybody ain't built the same.
True.
Everybody's not built for
the
married life early. In 2011, that's when they married, right? In 2011, that means she's at this point 22 years old, right? A lot of people, not even to say women nor male, right? They have phases in life. And we're not going to be vulgar about it, but they're called the dating phase, quotation marks. And then you have the marriage phase, the relationship phase. At some point, I feel like she probably didn't have the fun. And this is what she means by fun. She didn't have that phase. And the people that she's hanging around, this is why I question, and I quoted out, not quoted. I put up the message here earlier. Where is it at? But I believe Armand said it. Who is her support group, right? Who is a group of women you're around? It seems to be it's a lot of divorcees, single women, and things of that nature. So when women talk, right, and men, if you're in that circle, you're going to hear nothing but single like-minded conversations.
You're
going to hear nothing but divorcee like-minded conversations. Even if you're a man, if I'm the only married man in a single group, guess what? I'm gonna experience a lot of different women coming by, right? Because hey man, you got a new girl? Like, oh man, it's just some shorty I'm with, you know what I mean? You know what it is. I don't, I'm married. I only got one, right? So that brings me up the question that maybe she was married so early and now she's seeing that life with other women, and now she's like, dang, I never got to do that. To me, that's what this is spiraling out to be, because it doesn't quite make sense that it seems all good for the gander, because mind you, we're on the outside looking in. We don't know what happens behind closed doors. When that door shuts and that camera turns off, it could be a total different story. So this is
we can only know what she's telling us because he's not telling us anything.
So, but from even what she's saying, he sounds like he's a great dude. Everybody loves Steph Curry. The man is always this lovable guy. But to me, it just seems like her commentary is seeming more like the crowd she's with is now causing her to question herself at this point. Like, what? Well, now, I didn't get to have that fun. I didn't get to have that.
But did you not know that when you decided you were going to marry him at that age? The great Kevin Samuels, God bless his dad, he said it, single women keep women single. And
that's why I raised the question. Maybe she just wasn't one of them ones to get married that early in life. That's my thing.
Yeah. I
guess and maybe when Steph was saying it's not real, maybe he was talking about social media. Maybe Ayesha needs a break from the Instagram and the internet. She's been looking. If she went to a Drake concert and she posted her story and said "cool mom," something tells me she's spending a lot of time on the internet coming up with what's cool.
Yeah, what's trending?
You like that's important to you. That's what you consider to be cool.
You know what a cool mom is?
Mean?
A cool mom is one who takes care of her kids, who's there for her kids, who's in a nuclear family. That's a cool mom. Like, I don't understand all this other stuff. You know what?
Keep it a buck, bro.
Yeah. No, I
Keep
mean,
it a buck 50.
that's it. It's just
Yeah.
society has changed a lot of viewpoints on things, and to Bree's point,
Not
which I think
society, social media.
I was
has
Yes,
changed.
and it's
I was just
not
about to go
real.
there.
That's what
I was
kills
just
me.
about to
It's
go there.
really not real.
Yeah, the social
So-
media influence is crazy, and I hadn't even, considered that aspect of it. So thank you on that, Bree, because I hadn't.
Yeah.
I was just like, yo, she's mad ungrateful. Like that was my main thought. But let's continue.
Rewind 2 steps.
Yeah.
Married at 22.
Yeah.
How did you know you were ready for that?
I didn't.
Wow,
I just knew that I loved him,
But you didn't.
and I'd never like experienced anything else. I'd never felt any differently than like, this is who I want to spend the rest of my life with. And so we kind of just dove in, and
So interesting. Notice she says, I never experienced anything else. So that is leading me to, I'm not going to be
skipped
uncouth
the phase.
about it. Yes, I'm
She
not going to be
skipped the
uncouth,
phase.
but it appears she might be interested in
The phase.
the waters a bit. Is that? Yeah. Yeah. But I'm like,
Bruce, we all got one. We have a phase.
I don't know what you're
Everybody had, you go through certain phases in life, male
Mhm.
or female, to where you're going to be in that dating phase.
Mhm.
Some people call it the H word phase. And then you have the relationship phase. You're going to tap those phases eventually in life.
But so, okay. So are we aware? I think maybe a lot of people aren't, or they just ignore it, that the more time a woman spends in a certain phase doing a lot of dating makes it less likely she'll be able to have a successful long-term marriage. Like the stats bear that out. Like, I mean, it just is what it is.
I
So
wouldn't
Sean,
go
Sean,
that
everybody
far.
got that
If
faith.
you're grounded,
Everybody got
for
that faith.
me, if you're grounded in the Lord, you could go to eternity. But and like I guess there's some people who might think it's definitely a blanketed concept, right? It's very
Mhm.
subjective. So
We almost went to church just now. You heard what Bree said.
I
Say it
heard
again.
what you said, grounded in the law.
If you grounded in the law,
I gotta stay true to me, and this
Nah,
is
that's a
me,
fact.
and this is what I think about marriage and people and dating. I agree
Mhm.
with Sean in the comments. Not everybody has that phase. Sometimes,
Right, agreed.
yeah. So, but in it for the
Yet.
majority, yeah.
trust me, yet.
I don't know what it's
I
like.
didn't say up to your point in life
for
now. To your point in life
years
now,
and
you're
years
probably
and years.
content with who you are, right? But if you just look at society, you just look at just the demographic of how humanity has evolved over the years.
Right.
You had that phase. Now it's up to you whether you accept it or not, or whether you deny it or not. Not to say
Okay.
you're going to engage in that phase.
Okay.
Some people call it
I see what
midlife
you're saying.
crisis.
Yo,
And that's
right?
what I feel like Aisha's having, by the way.
Yeah, so
that's
having
not
one,
saying
for
you have to
sure.
engage in the phase. So
I didn't
Sean,
get there
if
yet.
I'm misinterpreting what I'm saying, I'm not
Mhm.
saying you engage in that phase, but you go through that phase
Mhm.
mentally and or physically, right? So that's what I'm saying. You're gonna go through that phase, like dang, like,
Mhm.
and you like it's a test of water phase, like damn, I never got to enjoy that.
But it seems
Especially
like-
when you're around the people that engage in that type of activity.
Mhm.
If I'm around a bunch
Right.
of ball players playing basketball and I'm the only one with a football, eventually I'm gonna pick up that basketball.
Oh, touche.
Yeah.
That's a nice
Sure.
analogy.
See how that makes
That's
sense?
a great
Yeah,
analogy.
for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Now it just seems like she wants to be out there living one life while taking advantage of the other, and that's not cool. That's what it
Yeah.
appears to be. But let's continue. Got about 2 more minutes here.
Did anyone or you or Steph or anyone have any hesitations about like, oh, we're getting married in our early 20s or no?
no. And I say this all the time to our family. I'm like, you guys, like 22. I'm like, you guys. I'm like, not a single parent. Nobody was like, hey guys, are you sure? Everybody was like, no, this is what's happening, and we love you, and it's gonna be great. It's just like, wow. Like when I
Totally.
really look at it.
Well, and again, because there are so many people that may watch this that are like, oh, 22 for them, whether it's because like they watched their parents get married young or whatever, it was normal. But you in the beginning of this interview started by being like, girl, I didn't even think I wanted to get married.
Yes, exactly.
So it is a big deal that at 22,
Yeah.
it was
it's a mixture of that and a mixture of like there are levels to 22. Like there's different styles of 22-year-olds.
Very, very true.
I was like the naive, like very young, unpolished 22-year-old. Like I didn't have very much life experience. And so it's just interesting.
Yes, I think there's a lot of people that would be like, you're Steph Curry's wife. Like, go sit in the stands and like he makes so much money, just be happy.
Yeah.
And
Quick question. What do you think she means by at 22, I didn't have very much life experience?
The phases wasn't engaged. See, what I'm saying, it all just wraps back into the phases, man. Like
What you got,
this is what I mean. Go ahead.
She also said she alluded to the fact that she's more polished. She said back then she wasn't polished. So then I'm assuming she's saying now she's more polished of a woman and she sees life in this certain type of way. And now that she's seen life in this way, she's remorseful, regretful. She's not fulfilled in this new shell of herself.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Insane.
At 36, not fulfilled.
Man, living.
I mean, I haven't hit 30s yet, so I'm kind of curious what it's gonna feel like to get to 40 and be like, oh, how I see myself at 40. You know, like I'm very curious to see what type of person I'll be. And so she's not even at her peak yet, and she's already talking like this.
Still in the prime.
I'm scared for Steph.
Yo.
And that pretty much wraps up the show. We thank you guys for tuning in to Format Podcast. We're worried for Steph. Okay, everybody cares about.
You know what?
She's making it seem like
this joint is terrible.
Like she making it seem like she's been around for a long time, and she's making it seem like she was so young. Girl, that was like 10 years ago.
Right. so unhappy. Your life is so unfair. You're not getting anything you want. Yo.
I mean, I'm a different person from 10 years ago, but come on now.
For sure, we all are.
Come on now. Right. I'm a different person than I was yesterday.
So there's the one.
My bad. I'm sorry. Say again.
I said I was a different person than I was yesterday.
That's a fact. Look, the great Malcolm X said, I am not now what I was yesterday, and I am not now what I shall be tomorrow. So, you know, we all grow day by day. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Day by day.
And why are you working question? And then there's the two now that you're bringing up of like people maybe assuming, oh, is she getting what she's getting just because she is this guy's wife? How does that make you feel when you hear those comments?
It feels crazy. And actually what you just said, like I recall like sitting there, you said in the stands, a reporter actually literally said on live television, she needs to sit there and look pretty like other people. And I think people just don't realize that there is a life outside of where we are now in our adulthood. I think people can't see past like the surface one sheet.
Yep. Or you know what? They don't want to.
They don't want to.
Which sucks.
It sucks so bad.
So that's the end of the clip we have. And I'm glad that's the end because you can see Miss Call Her Daddy lady is, you know, constantly.
What is her name?
I don't know, and it's not worth knowing. But anyway, you can see that she was really like, I think she was trying to push Ayesha in a certain direction. Like if you notice that, that's what it seemed like to me.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
And that's not the way I don't think that you conduct an interview. You know, if it's the type of interview where you're asking questions, you ask the question and let the person go where they want to go. I know this because I trained to do this. But regardless, she really tried to manipulate. And again, by the name of the podcast, you know what she's about. You could see that she tried to really kind of manipulate where that went and what type of responses Ayesha Curry gave. And I didn't really like that. So here's another angle, right? That we didn't address. And I thought this was interesting and I want to bring it up. So obviously every person is not the same. I'm not the same as Transformer. Bree is not the same as Jane Doe. Ayesha Curry is not the same as Savannah James. But I'm bringing up Savannah James because in all these years, you've never heard her, you know, publicly embarrass LeBron in any way, publicly disrespect LeBron in any way. She has made the statement publicly that she knows her job is to support LeBron and to take care of their children, because obviously he's doing what he's doing, building the empire, which allows them to live the life that they live. And so I find it so interesting that she understands the assignment, but Ayesha Curry can't figure it out. Like, I just find that interesting. And I guess it's just a function of people are different and people see they see what fulfills them differently and they see life differently. But I'm like, being in similar situations, you would think that more of these wives would kind of get it. And Savannah James gets it.
And I think
not appear to.
When you want to make this comparison between Savannah and Ayesha, again, it goes back to, and this is what I can never criticize about LeBron. His circle is tight.
Fast.
Tight.
Yeah, they don't play.
Very, very tight. You either know what's inside or you don't. That's it. That's the only one way.
Absolutely. Respect due for that too.
I'm pretty positive he has that, like Savannah has that same type of mentality. Everybody, like all her friends, her circle are probably filled with married women. Her circle is probably filled with positive thinking women who probably are all dealing with the same thing, like have a celebrity husband or have a basketball husband, and they're all in the circle together and they lean on each other for guidance and to furthermore, like, hey girl, you need anything? I know Bron's on the road. Like, you cool? And it's all family oriented. It's all married oriented. When you're not in said circle, you don't have that sustainability as a mind frame. It's not kind of built into you. If you're around the single women and your sisters or your cousins or your friends and stuff like that, and they're all divorced or they're all having these they're in that other phase of life, then you're going to see that other side. You're going to be more attuned to that other side. And then now you're like, okay, well, I could do both. Baby, no, you can't. That's not how it works.
Right.
You can't do both. Right. So, I mean, when we make that comparison, I also, and that draws back into the question Armand made earlier. What's her circle like? Because I'm pretty positive Savannah's circle is tight, because that's the way LeBron has moved throughout his entire career. Everything's tight. You don't know anything unless I post it on social media about my family.
Right.
That's how he works. Savannah, and like lately he's starting to speak more about Savannah, and Savannah has the podcast, and she's on it. She used to be on it with Bronny and Bryce a lot and things like that. You never hear a word from Savannah, yet Savannah's still doing what she can do. She has a podcast. She has a mic. She has a camera.
Yeah.
But you don't never hear her going out, airing out business or stuff like that, because that's something in-house. That's why you have therapists. That's why you have counselors. That's why you have professionals. Social media and the court of public opinion is not your counselor.
No.
We don't care. We care about Steph.
And the people who do care, they're going to give a bunch of bad advice.
Bad advice. You're going to hear from a bunch of single, divorcee mentality, bitter. You're going to hear that side of it. Yeah. So, yes.
And you're going to hear some hating dudes. No, baby, he ain't treating you right.
You need to get with you a dog. I told you leave them light-skinned boys alone. Dark-skinned, dark chocolate is in style. Yeah. They don't want it. She doesn't need to hear that. If you're having problems with your husband and you don't feel that you can't confide in your husband, baby, if you want to continuously to be married, seek counseling. Seek professional help. There's actual people who go to school and college and study and do all of these things to help mitigate your problem, if not fix it. The court of public opinion, we don't care. Baby, we wouldn't know your name if Curry wasn't attached to it.
I'm trying to tell you.
We wouldn't know it. So
does anybody know what her maiden name is? Does anybody know?
Alexander? No, something.
Is that what it is?
It's something weird. But I mean, it's not weird. I'm not saying her last name is weird, but I think it was like Alexander or something like that.
Okay.
But what this does, and this is what I push across, because I have daughters, right? And I don't want my daughters to see that as an image of married life, right? I don't think that that's a proper way to go about. Hey, I'm speaking about my marriage, but I'm more so. I'm looking to. I want to entertain that single life, or I wonder what it's like to. Baby, no, you don't say that publicly. Tell your counselor.
Right.
Tell your counselor.
Right.
If you want somebody to talk to your therapist. Talk to them. Because the court of public opinion, we don't care. Truthfully, we don't.
Nope.
We care for Steph Curry first before Ayesha Curry. And I don't mean to put that in a bad way, but like I said, we won't know who you are if it wasn't for him.
Facts.
Right? We see.
It is Alexander.
Is it Alexander? I knew it was somewhere around there. But we wouldn't see. We see Steph Curry in such a positive limelight. It's like almost seeing this, like this young Christian kid who's just always nice to every single body on earth, and he goes to high school and gets picked on.
Sure.
I beat up the bully. I will beat up the bully for that kid, or for that young man who's just nothing but a positive person, great Christian-like person, positive to everybody, and you're gonna demean him. We beat up them type of people, right? So Ayesha, it's not a good thing of what you're doing. Rather, regardless if it's for a book or not, there's multiple ways to skin a cat, but this ain't it, because this is putting a bad image out for the young ladies and young men who are trying to find the dating scene, because I heard the dating scene is trash. I've been out of it for 14 years. But this dating scene, that's not what they need to hear. That's not what they need to see. That's not the image they need to paint into their brains, right?
Right.
But I'm sorry, I've been talking for a lot. Bree, do you got anything?
No, like you were saying everything that needs to be heard from people around the world right now. We need to have more people speaking up in that type of manner, in that capacity, about you can be human. We are not discouraging this woman from feeling how she's feeling. Totally cool. And if she has those thoughts, because we all have thoughts like that come and attack us every single day on the day, right? But when it's odd that she's selling her own self short by thinking that she's not influential when she is. So she is sitting in this position, and you decide to go up there, and yes, the interviewer led her in some way, and she celebrated it and made it cool. But I think Ayesha was continually putting herself first and thinking, I don't want any backlash on this podcast, because obviously the community wants to hear, just do you, be happy, do what's best for you. I don't know who started that, but that's not the truth. That is not the way, the truth, or the light. Like, that is not it at all. So she's definitely seems like she has the mindset. Her values have probably evolved over time, and I hope that they come out of this moment right now closer, because I truly believe conflict produces intimacy if the two people are on the same pathway. But I just keep thinking about like Kim Kardashian and Kanye West, and I remember watching them a little bit.
The worst people to make an example
I know, but
of.
hear me out. When they were married, something that Ayesha said reminded me of this mentality of she really is thinking about her, and there's somebody out there saying, good, you got to put yourself first. You've been putting everybody else first. It's time to put you first. Like, whoever's telling her that and she's listening, like, that is not the way. And it's not saying put everybody else first. That's not it. That's a whole nother conversation.
And before you continue, I say that to my wife, but you have to understand the context and where I'm coming from when I'm saying what I'm saying. Put yourself first for a time of change, or when you feel like you're overwhelmed, you feel like you're stressed, you got the kids, you got me, you're focused on the job. I say things like, hey, okay, babe, we got it. Put yourself first. That means go get your nails done, right? Go get your hair done. Go have a spa day or things like that. Somebody probably told her, girl, put yourself first. That's not what we meant by doing what you're doing, by saying what you're saying. Like this, like your way of thinking, that is not what we meant by put yourself first for a change. Like, no, we mean put yourself first for like, okay, decompress. There's a thing called decompression. When you're working all day and you work the 12-hour shift, 14-hour shift, whatever the case may be. Now you got to battle traffic because it's 5 o'clock and you're in LA, and god dang it takes you an hour to get home. When you first walk through the door, the expectation from everybody who's already been home, hey, you're here, I need your attention. Some people need to decompress. They need that 5 to 10 minutes or 30 minutes to sit down, long day at work. Give me drink some water. Let me recenter myself, then insert myself into my family, because you don't want to bring the negativity that was from work from traffic. Now you're a pissed off individual. The first moment you walk into the house to a little girl who has no idea of what you're going through, all she sees is daddy, right? So you go through that day after day after day after day. Eventually, you're going to need to decompress. That's why when I tell my wife, babe, hey, go put yourself first. We got it. Daddy got it. Kids got it. They're dependent. They're good, right? That's what we mean when we say that. This, Ayesha, no, I'm sorry. We lost. You lost. You lost. That's not what we meant. Because now you're putting yourself first by yourself, because that's where you're going to end up if you keep continuing down this path.
Right.
Go ahead. I'm going to decompress.
Yeah, you're going to decompress. I need to decompress after this too, because I think the last thing I'll touch on is how the interviewer, she immediately kind of wanted to save face for Ayesha, because I think they all knew where this was going, because she immediately said, and I'm sure the viewers, there's going to be some people that think, you're his wife and you got it going on. What do you think about that? And Ayesha's like, it's crazy. That's what she used the word. It's crazy. It's just crazy. And I'm like, Ayesha, like, I think it is deeper than that. It was very shallow. I don't look at it like, when I say it's hard to watch, I wasn't saying like, it's hard to watch her live this life because I wish I lived it. No, it's hard to watch our community suffer because people like her make it okay to think the way that she does and be like, to say like, just make it furthers enables. She's an enabler of this culture that we're living in right now. That's why it's hard to watch. That she's sitting in that position and she uses her voice the way that she does. Ridiculous.
That's a great point, Bree. That's a great point. I guess we can leave it right there, man. This is
but she didn't stop there, Bruce. You didn't talk about the wedding ring thing.
I
haven't had it, right?
That's right. Go ahead. Go ahead. Drop that, son.
Oh, but I mean, it was. I guess it was some show.
I hope it was a joke.
I mean, of course it was a joke, but it's certain things you just don't do. So I guess this half-naked man, this model
like
was
Chippendale
playing around. Chippendale dancer walked out, and
Mm-hmm.
so Ayesha Curry kind of played like she's taking off of a wedding ring. As the guy, chiseled young man, probably. That's it, probably for the young man, but walk by and she pretends to, like she's taking off of a wedding ring. Doing that in the midst of what you're saying and doing and proceeding and portraying about your relationship, you're heading towards divorce. Because I promise you right now, my wife played like that.
She was on The View.
Was it The View?
Yeah, I think
well,
it was
no wonder.
The View.
Well, no wonder.
Look,
again, another audience that she's appealing to. Like,
imagine though.
And I think they're all single up there, ain't they?
Imagine if Steph had done that, what the response would be.
The way they act,
in a similar situation, right? Steph on the show, some show mainly watched by men, and some sexy half-naked women come out gyrating near him, and he fake like he taking off his ring. Imagine the firestorm that would have been, right? But when it's her, she's empowered.
It's
and
cute. It's like
taking control of her happiness, right? Like,
girl, be you, girl.
Slay queen,
Slay queen, yes.
Yeah, come on, man.
I'm starting to think though. I do want to pause for a second because I do want to shed some light on this though.
Okay.
For real, and I'm gonna ask y'all and answer this for me. Do you think Steph has, and I hate to play into the stereotype, but do you think Steph has been faithful to Ayesha for the 10-something years they've been
14?
married?
You know what's crazy? I don't think, and it sounds terrible, I don't think most of the dudes in the NBA are, just because on the strength of just the insane level of self-discipline it takes to constantly push back on that much easy access. But I think that Steph, you said it earlier, Bree, if you're grounded in the Lord, you can get through anything, right?
Yeah, I agree.
So
I would hope.
Yeah, I think that he's one of those guys, one of those few. I do.
I mean, the way he popping babies do he have the time?
It's like,
is the question. But
here's another light-skinned shooter, right? Like, would you imagine that Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf was out there getting it when he was on the road? No, I don't think so.
Trying to figure out why. I guess that Steph is the media darling, but as a man, y'all have said it even before, you couldn't watch your wife do that. So I do wonder what kind of leverage does Ayesha have over him to the fact that he hasn't said anything
That's
at
an
this
interesting.
point.
Well. So here's the thing. Here's my thought. That's an interesting point. But my thought is, what can he say? What can he do? He lives in California. So if they split, she's taking all 4 kids. The youngest one is what, a year old. He gonna be paying a lot of money for a very long time. The alimony laws are crazy, right? So he's gonna lose a lot in a divorce from her, right? So I think there's that. I think also in the modern society that we live in, if he publicly says anything, he's going to get painted as a bully who his wife is just trying to express herself and what she's going through and the tough times she's having, but they're going to
You
frame
really
him
think
like
they
a
would
bad
turn on
guy.
Steph?
Yes.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely.
I don't think
It depends
so
on
either.
how properly he does it. If you look at Steph Curry, we've witnessed Steph Curry play in the NBA for how long? 17 years? 16, 17 years?
About 15,
Notice somewhere around there. Notice how every time there's like true conflict or back and forth on the court or in the media, he doesn't say anything. You notice how that's always Draymond?
It was like a funny thing. Like even when KD won MVP, he went in the back and cried.
Right.
Like,
but I think this is
Steph has never been that type of person. So it doesn't shock me that he doesn't go public about something, because that again creates conflict. Steph doesn't like conflict.
No,
he doesn't like conflict. Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you, he would get excoriated and vilified because he's a man.
No, I think he won't, because the masses and overseas adore Steph.
Yeah,
they adore him, and we only know, and I think we only know who you are, Ayesha. We only know who you are because we adore that man.
Yeah.
So if that man wants to defend himself, the court of public opinion to be on Steph's side, because it already is. Now the women, the single women,
people were to talk about the divorce.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, my bad.
I'm sorry, Bree.
Yeah, the single women definitely would probably be excited to be like, but it depends on what statements are released. I think when people see a couple like that or a person like Steph get divorced, I don't think they're immediately going to start pointing fingers unless it's a nasty divorce. But I don't see that. Go ahead. I want to hear what you were saying.
I meant like if he said something publicly. I really do believe.
Like what? You have to be a little bit more specific. How would he be denigrated if he said something?
If he responded to the stuff that she's saying, like, let's say he responded like, I definitely don't agree with, what she's saying out here. And that's not the Ayesha I know. That's not, the life that we share. And don't let him say, I find it disrespectful to myself or to our family. Don't let him say that, because what's going to happen is, he's not validating her feelings. She's trying everything to tell him how she feels. Do you think that she would say this publicly if she hadn't said it to him privately? These are all the things that are going to be said, because these are the type of things that you hear in male-female relationships that go bad publicly. The male is almost always the one that's denigrated. And I think it would be no different in this situation. And the fact that he is the guy who's provided, given her this life and all that, they would actually flip it and say that not only has he given her a great life, but that he is using that to hold her hostage and bully her. I guarantee you this is how they would frame it. I'm telling you.
And I will say this. I will be more upset about Steph because Steph has never done such a thing.
Agreed.
He's never let the public masses be a judge in what he has going on in his personal life. He's never had the public masses be a judge in what he thinks he portrays about himself, how he feels as a father, how he feels as a husband, how he feels as a man. Steph has never publicly said anything to make the media or masses, the public figure, or the public masses, the crowd, the fans, dictate his life. That will be my problem. Like, Steph, if you've been quiet all your life, you can do this behind closed doors as well.
Facts.
That's why you hire lawyers and you hire attorneys, right? For me, I'll pay $100 million to let you go, because that's my place of peace and that's my happiness, right? He's about to retire, so the whole kid situation, split custody is a thing. Now, do they want to do that? He probably doesn't, but split custody is a thing. The laws are more favoring that across all states for split custody, so that's also a thing. So if he's really unhappy, Steph is going to do this privately, and he's going to do this quietly. His mom and daddy's divorced out of nowhere. That divorce just came out of nowhere. 31 years of marriage, boop, out of nowhere. Right?
Looks like
Kept
you
it
married his
quiet.
mom.
That's what I'm not saying. Both sides pointed at infidelity. Who do we say who's right and who's wrong? But again, Steph has never let the court of public opinion and social media get into his personal life like that.
No, I feel
she's doing it on her own. So if he responds to it, it's more like now Ayesha's digging at him to get him to respond. So you stay quiet, bro. Stay quiet.
Yeah.
Take care.
He definitely wants to stay on a more respectable path because what she's doing, even going on that podcast, shows where she's at mentally for her brand and herself.
Boy, man, down sports. Go ahead, preach it, young man. You go ahead, preach it. Just because you in the church doesn't make you a man nor woman of the Lord. You just in church.
Yeah.
You can walk in it. I can pray at home. That prayer still works the same if I'm at church or at home. It's all about my connection with the Lord.
Right. I was just about to say a story, but I'm like, we gotta stay on conscience.
No. Go ahead. Before Bree start preaching up in here.
I was about to
read Psalms chapter
37. I was just about to say something.
Oh my gosh. You all want to take a couple calls or you want to wrap right here?
Sure, man. But if man down gonna keep preaching, we're gonna need new mic, a new set of headphones.
I know, right? All right, listen up, y'all. Before we get out of here, we will take a few calls. All right, y'all, keep it brief. You got 2 minutes each. Keep
it brief and keep it PG, please. Please keep it PG.
Thank you.
We don't want to get this one flagged. Like last one got flagged.
Yes, we don't need that. Yeah.
Yeah, it got flagged.
Yeah. So yes, we'll take a couple calls. We want to hear what you guys got to say. And yeah, 2 minutes, y'all, 2 minutes, because we still got another show to do tonight at 8. Y'all know what time it is. It's Wednesday.
2.5 hours. Oh yeah, hurry it up. Y'all got 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's enough time to go get something to eat, show for a minute, and then rock and roll again.
Past the man down male opinion state, it says.
Oh my goodness. Oh, here we go. What up, Mel? What's going on, brother? Hello?
What's up, Bruce?
There we go. What's up, Mel?
What's good, man? What's poppin'?
Maintaining.
It's an unusual topic for y'all to have on y'all show.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you know what? And it's funny because you know me. I try to keep it sports. I don't do pop culture and all that. But this one was really, really irking me. Like I sat on this for like a couple weeks. I was like, Transformer, we gotta do it, man. We gotta do
it. Yeah. So when she first started doing this stuff in the public, it used to irk me a lot, and I used to kind of like be vocal about it. But I mean, there's a couple of things about this. That's okay with it. It seems like, right? So I guess she's cool with it. It don't bother me, right? Or maybe it do, but it don't appear that it bother him. And he's like a meek, mild guy. I don't know if, like, the type that like, you know, shut stuff down at the house and say, hey, this can't happen, this ain't happening. You know, he's real, you know, I guess allow her to be really free with what, you know, what she want to do out there. And I think the real deal is she's really struggling with you know, I guess sense of self-worth and all that stuff. She's really struggling with it, and he's sympathetic to it, right? So it's almost like everything she does in the name of that, he kind of got to honor it, right? Because he's already like, okay, yeah, I understand you feel insecure, and you know, men aren't after you the way women are after me, and you know, you wanted this career, and you put all that away so you could follow my career, you know. So he's sympathetic to her, all that probably private crimes she's done to him, you know, about those things, to where the point where he's handcuffed, and he just had to allow all this stuff to happen because, you know, her sob story. It is what it is. I feel bad for him. But that just goes to show you, that's one of the things I dislike about the Christian church, because it really makes docile men, and it makes men weak. Like, even when I first became a baby Christian, and I thought I was supposed to be very lenient and stuff like that. And I found myself not being a real man. Like, dang, man, I let somebody get away with something I shouldn't let them get away with. Like, you went there at work or whatever. Like, that turned into other cheap thing, and eventually you start getting ran over because everybody ain't playing that same game that you're playing. And sometimes you gotta stand up and be a man. And I think he hasn't figured that part out yet, and she just gonna keep running over. Maybe it's what it is. But
no doubt, Mel. The only thing I got for that is, man, I don't know what he's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Because like I was saying, I know that the mainstream media will paint him as a bully if he tries to stand up and say, yo, nah, this is not cool. You know what I'm saying? And obviously being in California, she decided, okay, I'm not happy. I'm going to walk. He got 4 kids to take care of for the next 17 years. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he's gonna take care of him anyway, though.
Well, yeah, no doubt. But I'm saying it's different taking care of your kids and taking care of your kids via child support. Like, that's 2 different things. Am I right? I mean, obviously, I've never had child support, but I would assume it's 2 different things. And then on top of that, the fact that then you got to add alimony on top of that, and it's bad look, man. She gonna skate with a lot of bread. She ain't been out there running suicides and all that.
I know, I get that, but at some point when you worth 400 million, 800 million, like, how much money you need? Who cares?
Nah, I mean, I hear that too.
Thank you, Mel. Thank you. I'm paying whatever it costs for my happiness.
I feel
because my place of peace, if I can't come home and find peace, I'm unhappy. I'm unhappy. Turns me to a disgruntled person. I got to think about my 4 kids.
Yeah,
I have to factor them in this now. I'm now retired. He retires in the next year and a half, year to 2 years. He's gone. So once he becomes a family man, is he going to sit there and just constantly take being unhappy, taking this disrespect, taking this type of behavior? So now it's going to get to a point where, like, I will pay for my happiness. If it costs you 300, if it costs me 300 mil to get you out of my life for me to be happy, here go 300 million. I got 400 million on the back end. I'm still good. It's not like he finna go broke.
No, I get
you know what I mean? You don't go broke. You know what I mean? You pay a penny to for your happiness, but I'll pay for my peace.
Right.
Yeah. Last thing I say before I leave, I don't think the alimony and the child support is what's holding him back from making them. First of all, I don't think he probably even thought about divorce. He hasn't even thought about that. You know, and I think that's a drastic reason. I think what it really needs to be done is, he just gotta, kind of set better boundaries about what she gonna be doing and saying in the public. You know what I mean? Like, he got to be honest and open and vocal about that, and it don't feel like he is. Like, because he probably could be. I'm pretty sure she would listen, but I think what's really holding him back from doing it is he really has bought into the fact that she has a legit reason to feel all these certain ways that she feels about having a famous husband and her being, like, hanging on his coattail and following his career. Like, I mean, I've been saying, and like, this is a small scale way of trying to compare it, but even in the military, there's a lot of people who have wives that follow their husband's career in the military, and they become very successful in the military. But these wives got to go up and pick up every 4 years and go from different bases, different countries, different places all over the United States. And they have to put things aside that they probably wanted to do, have kids and stay home while they go on deployment and all that stuff. And then by the time they turn 40, here comes this man retiring, has a second career working somewhere else, making really good money, got all the benefits, and had a successful family. Man, this woman who was very, very ambitious is looking like, I gave this man 20 years and he got everything and I have nothing. Even though they both have what you have both accumulated, but they feel like
I was about to say that.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Even though I don't. They feel personally like I didn't squeeze all that you started the limit I could have. I was more capable of doing more things, and now I feel like I wasted a lot of time. And that's a natural feeling to have. It might not be that valid because as long as y'all together, y'all got to share all of that. But it's about, it's a feeling that actually is very human to have, especially for, who constantly do this thing for the husband. So it is what it is. He's bought into it. He feels sympathetic. He feels sorry for it. And in return, he feels like he can't put his foot down when she goes out and says those things because it's being triggered by the insecurity.
There
All
we
right,
go.
gentlemen. Thank y'all.
That was deep, Mel. Appreciate you, brother.
Yep.
Absolutely. Appreciate you, Mel.
Man down sports.
Got to get up, get back on my feet.
Falling. Got to get up.
Okay.
Oh, slipping.
Oh,
Falling. I can't
guess
get
I was
up.
saying it on my
Damn
phone.
it.
Falling. Can't get up.
Yeah. Okay.
Boy, got that X flowing. Boy.
That did. That's baby.
I thought we had a commercial break. I'm like, oh man, we got it, bro. We big time
No,
now.
for real.
That
So we
was
still
a
live.
What up, Sean?
Man, what's up, Bruce? How
What's
are you,
going
man?
on, man? Maintaining, brother. Maintaining, man.
Boy, I wish if it wasn't no PG, I would have depressed all the way through when it comes to this topic.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Please keep it PG, bro. We want to keep this one.
This is
We
ridiculous.
don't want to waste Bree's
This is
time
ridiculous.
on.
All right, I understand. I think she getting too influenced by her friends because, you know, she trying to keep up with the Joneses is what her friends is doing. And she thinks that, hey, you know, if other people can't do it, if my friends could do it, maybe it's for me. But Alicia, the difference is you're in a multi-million-dollar marriage with an NBA legend who has probably have the best reputation ever in the NBA. Good family man, good Christian man. He is doing pretty much everything from top to bottom, and yet you still feel like there is something that you want to do. Listen,
Right.
This man
That's
is
a
the
good
Derek
point.
Jeter. He's
No,
big.
that's
the game.
actually a good point. I didn't think about it like that as men too. To think like, dang, I could do everything right, and my shorty is still not gonna be happy. Like, I definitely feel for
Bree.
men probably thinking like that right now. I didn't even think
Bree,
about that.
Hold on.
Men respected her marriage.
My bad, Sean. I had to give Bree a round of applause for that because
Hey man, we all preaching this.
I don't think I've
this
ever
is
heard
all
a woman
ridiculous.
say something like that. Appreciate you, Bree, because that's real. Most women are not ever going to openly make that statement. But go ahead, Sean.
You know the funny part? Men respected his marriage. They respected his women.
Mm-hmm.
And yet you complain that you are not lusted after?
Yes, correct.
See, this is why a lot of people out here are not trying to get married, man. And this is why, you know, people are more checking on the facts, and you have these movements and all this stuff, because a lot of people are aware that there's always an ultra motive when people need you. And it's becoming more current because, you know, social media, everyone is self-snitching themselves of their private things and their escapades or whatever.
Right.
And when you have that mentality now you have to question everything. Like, hey, what is the motive? Is it you really do like me, or you just there because you need financial comfort or et cetera, et cetera?
Mm-hmm.
When
sure.
she says stuff like that, it's kind of telling that you're not just there because, like, oh, you picked me not because, like, you actually love me. It's because, hey, I'm a part of the NBA. Regardless of what happens, maybe I could either one-up you or, you know, if things doesn't work out, you know, I'll be on my way. She did not expect Steph to be this NBA legend. She just expecting, like, hey, an NBA player, you know, maybe 10 years, not year 17, not year 18, not him hanging out freaking with Tiger Woods and et cetera, et cetera. It's almost
Hanging
like
out with the president. Him and Barack was like brothers.
She underestimated his value and trying to think that her value is better. When honestly, like, I don't know why you think like that.
No doubt, Sean.
I still think she's mad about what happened in 2016. That is the reason why she acting like that. I don't know why.
All right, brother. We're going to leave it right there, man. I appreciate the call. Thank you so much,
All
man.
right.
Appreciate the support, brother.
All right.
Absolutely, Sean.
Right.
Be easy.
Bruce, go ahead and give us a call back. We're waiting on this call from Bruce, and then we're gonna wrap after that. Bruce, we're waiting to hear from you, my brother.
What happened in 2016?
There was There was a young lady, I guess, in the crowd,
Light-skinned
or
chick.
yeah,
Oh,
or
he
Something
was
that Steph
staring at her
couldn't
or
do.
something.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
I
was
remember
licking
now.
her lips at him or
Yeah.
whatever. And
I
I was,
remember now. Yeah, I remember her. She had a
Bruce,
little
what up?
Yo, what's up, stupid?
Chilling, dummy.
What it do, dummy? Both minus.
Oh shit! What's up? Let's
Maintain.
be
Man.
real, man. I mean, I know our live got flagged. You know why? I'm pretty sure because of me, because I was brutally honest. But we already,
You wasn't alone, trust me.
Man, the girl just wants some wee, man. That's all.
No, wrong terminology. That's what got us banned the first time. I mean, got it flagged first time.
She want to try something new. Just let's leave it at
Yeah,
that.
she wants to try something new. There you
Yeah,
go.
that's all it is, bro. She got all the benefits, man. She just, I'm Steph is going to give her a hall pass, Steph, because you can get any girl you want in the world, Steph.
But
She is
you,
nothing compared to the women that you can get, Stephen.
but you want to wreck your family because you want something new. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's all it is. Hey, bro,
Crazy.
what woman in a right mind going to want to leave a hat? Well, there's rounds also in this thing. A damn billionaire, a great guy with a cool temperament. He's not really the aggressive type guy. Man, she wants somebody big, black, and strong. You know what I mean? That's all it is. Yo, that's it. That is it. She needs somebody to tap that whistle, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm going to get your channel. I'm going to get your channel flagged again.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
But on the real, though, hey, man, at the same time, it's human nature. They've been together for a long time, man. I mean, what's the part of getting married?
I hate when people, I was about to say, I hate when people say that. When you get married, it's with the intention of being together for a very long time.
Forever. It says forever.
Till you die.
Yeah, to death do you part, I believe is the correct terms. Yeah.
Listen, stupid. From thick and thin, that's some bullshit. That's one of the most vows of thick and thin. She's one or the other gets sick to get ready to leave. She's tired, yo. They've been together since they were 15, bro.
No, but no. She said they knew each other from 14, but they didn't get together until they was like 19. But regardless.
Okay, still, I mean, come on now. The same thing.
Look, man.
That's not the same thing.
She just, I just transfer. I'm sorry, brother. I don't want no trouble, brother. I don't want no trouble, Mr. Transformer. She just was on the video, taking like she was taking that ring off with some big, strong, black, muscular guy was walking past her. Did y'all see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I spoke about that about 20 minutes ago.
No, what is that? She don't have the utmost respect for Steph. If she had the utmost respect for Steph, she would have never did that.
Yeah.
On top of the things that she's saying on podcast, do you see Savannah James going on podcast saying dumb stuff like that? No. Savannah James stays in line. She on a view shaking that she taking a ring off. That's the most, oh my God. She seen a big black muscular guy. Well, you see that? Did y'all see that? Unbelievable. If I was Steph, ain't that grounds for divorce? I mean, seriously. Is that grounds for divorce, Bruce, since you know every goddamn thing, Mr. Know-It-All? Is it grounds for divorce? That gesture she made on the video?
I didn't agree with the way she conducted herself in that situation, Bruce.
Right.
Yeah, man. So
that journalist, boy, you ain't finna battle the journalist, boy.
Listen, I wish you had a Patreon so I could really go on.
Yeah, that would be different.
Hey, man, we need a Patreon, man, so I can really spaz like I want to. Listen,
and look, we're going 10,000 subs and we get the Patreon.
I want Rihanna. I'm not misogynistic. Understand these? I'm not misogynistic. I'm not bashing black women or nothing like that. I'm just saying she was wrong for what she did. A true woman, a real woman, but never do the things that she did, just out of respect. So she clearly showed she doesn't respect Steph. Come on, now. She already showed it. I mean, she's been talking trash to her, and she's kind of a little jealous of the success. I get it. He gets more attention than what you get attention. You want attention from men? What is that saying? You want attention from other men? It would be nice to get attention from other men. Come on now. She want to test the waters, bro.
I'll be honest with you. She ain't in the right areas if she ain't getting attention. She's attractive.
Yeah.
She's
I think it's out of respect for Steph, and I would be honored that I was side by side a man that people respected that much in the community that they know better than to look me in the eyes like that. Like I would be like,
realistically too, like
Ooh,
you could,
it takes the pressure off of me being lustful.
Tell her to go to Memphis if she want attention. Memphis don't care who you is.
You stupid. You could theoretically shoot your shot, but here's a man's mind. This dude got like $400 million. Man, she ain't messing that up. That's the way a man thinks. So yeah, I'm not even going to bother waste my time on that.
Kobe.
400 million and still not satisfied in that. What was going on? Still complaining.
I'm with you, Bruce. I'm just saying that's how we see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, some women are like cats. They are very complex to understand, bro. It's hard to get.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
This is my last thing before I go, Stevie. Hey, Dummy, listen. Men always go for the woman who like you more than you like her initially. Because when you get to chasing a girl that don't truly like you, this is the outcome that you get. You get the girl that really likes you. When a girl like you first, like she's really into you, that's when it usually work out. When you go chasing a woman and that she's not really feeling you, chasing her after year, you finally get her. It's like she's like, okay, I'm just going to give him a chance, and you know, she stepped into a gold mine. Shout out to Ayesha though. She played the game well. She know how bad. That's why she talking like she talking. If it was alpha dog, you wouldn't hear nothing like that on public platform. So we know that. You already know that. Hey man, all right, get off here. What's going on with the night? Y'all got a show tonight?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
If you hurry up and get off the phone, we can hurry up and wrap this show.
I know you ain't talking Transformer. Hey, Bruce, go to your power. You know you get sleepy around 10 o'clock, Bruce.
Man, look, man, don't worry about all that, man. Damn.
Hey, yo, I go.
I appreciate the call, brother. Damn, thank you.
Nice to meet you, young lady. You from Baltimore?
Yes, sir. I'm here now.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yes,
hey,
sir.
man.
Shout out to Baltimore.
Baltimore strong. Bruce don't like when I say that.
Who got
not talking about Baltimore?
Bree, I don't got no problem with Baltimore, man.
Transformer rushing up the phone. Ray called Young Disciple on y'all. That's what I'm getting ready to do.
You say what'd you say again?
You sound like you from over east.
Ray called Young Disciple on y'all. I'm telling you.
I think he is.
Maybe call YD.
Oh, that's for Bruce. B and YD, cool.
That's for who's? Nah.
That's for Bruce.
Hey man. All right, stupid. I'll let y'all 8, bro.
All right, brother.
All right.
Now I want some crab legs, man. It's too much Baltimore talk. Sweetie, you want some crab legs?
I mean, we do have a lot of crab here too, bro. It's a lot of crab legs here too. We can get some crabs here.
I never had.
I want to see what Baltimore talking about though.
I've never had any type of seafood in Florida.
What?
Have you ever been to Florida?
I have. Y'all have basketball courts on the beach. The coolest thing ever.
Yeah,
I had no idea it existed. Like I know it's a thing, but I didn't like.
Yes.
I was 18 when I saw that, and my whole life changed.
But I wouldn't do it though. Like if you're hooping on the beach, you got to go to the rim all the time. You can't shoot because all the wind is always blowing.
You got to learn how to shoot. Trust me. You got to angle that mother.
If you can shoot, you can shoot anywhere, any situation, any environment. Shoot is shoot.
Absolutely, shoot is shoot.
No,
Bruce ain't. You wasn't on the court like that.
Nah, chill. I used to have a Jimmy, son. I definitely used to have a Jimmy. But the point is, not when the wind blowing.
But you didn't play outside though.
I did play outside. I played outside too, man. Damn.
So what you mean you can't shoot?
I'm talking about on the beach. On the beach. Look, man, we can talk about this another time.
He ain't the true shooter, yo. He ain't the true shooter, yo.
I mean, I ain't Klay Thompson out here, but I used to have a Jimmy though. I definitely had a Jimmy. But regardless, look, thank y'all so much for tuning in, man. I appreciate y'all. We had a good time. Oh my God, who cares, Bruce? Who cares? But anyway, appreciate y'all for coming in and rocking with us on this topic. We probably will not have another topic like this unless it's something super crazy, man. We like to keep it to the sports, not the sports adjacent. No. We gotta go, Steve. We gotta go.
Old Bay and Blue Crab. I can smell it, guys. Keep talking to me. Some crabs.
Y'all have a great one. Bree, thank you so much for taking the time to join us.
It's been an honor, man.
Yeah, for sure. You're gonna be back, so don't even act like it's just one time.
I hope so, because I want to talk ball with y'all.
We're gonna do that.
Don't talk to the non-shooter over here.
Look, you pointing the
wrong
way.
You can't shoot in the wind. Oh, for my screen, it looks like it's going to him.
Think about it.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Exactly.
My screen is flipped.
Yeah.
So
look at
on my screen, the way I'm looking, Bruce is here, Bree is here. So it's the opposite. So okay, that guy he can't shoot.
Okay.
But look, we go. Bree, thank you so much, man. We're gonna talk, and we definitely gonna make it happen. And y'all have a great night, and we out. Oh, we back at 8:00 for our normal Wednesday night show. So
last but not least, did we salute to her show?
Yes, Bree. Where can the people find you? My bad.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to get out of here. So
I appreciate that. Yeah, if you type in the No Bull podcast, if you know bull, you know ball. So I cover WNBA, NBA, fantasy basketball. So if you're new to the fantasy space, you know fantasy kicks off same time as the regular season. And if you are new to the space, I am a 2-time fantasy champion. I won one in my rookie year and my sophomore year. So I do some fantasy content as well.
There you go.
So what year are you in now? We don't know that part.
Second year pro, so third year. It's my third year in fantasy.
Okay, gotcha.
Year 3, 2-time champion. So if you want some tips and you haven't won a league yet, tune into my channel. I do that. But mostly we just talk ball, man. All basketball. Straight analytics, stats, and hot takes sometimes. So
absolutely. I ain't gonna lie. I tried fantasy basketball one year back in like 2017. I was exhausted after week 3.
Yes.
I was exhausted. I'm like, it's too much, bro.
Too much.
It's too much. Fantasy football it is.
I've thrown my phone a couple of times. Like,
all right, y'all, but we go. My bad. We going to stop it right here. We got to go. Okay. And y'all, we will, for those of you who come back for the 8:00 show Wednesday night, we'll see you at 8. Other than that, y'all have a great one, and we out. Peace.